And of course, welcome back to Fox Weather. As of the newest advisory from the National Hurricane Center, we officially have Tropical Storm Dalila that just formed moments ago off the southern and western coast of Mexico. You can see it there sitting and spinning and churning. What we're seeing is a more mature and a more organized tropical storm as we speak. Current winds, by the way, at about 40 miles per hour, and it is expected to go through a brief period of strengthening in the day ahead. So let's get to the details on what is, again, our now fourth named storm of the Eastern Pacific hurricane season. You can see it where Acapulco, Mexico is. Those winds, as we said, as of the 2 o'clock advisor at 40 miles per hour. Its movement toward the north-northwest at about 10 miles per hour with our barometric pressure at 1,004 millibars. But when we look at this system, what we're seeing is a number of showers and thunderstorms maturing, meaning that they're more red and white. So it just means that these thunderstorms that are starting to form around that center of circulation are larger, they're taller, they're bigger, they're broader, and they're now starting to circulate around a general center of circulation, which at this point looks to be right about here-ish, though, a couple of miles, of course, off the coastline of southern and western Mexico. A couple of concerns that we have now with Dalila, certainly going to be the flooding impacts that we see. So any sort of vacation or travel plans that you might have to the west side of Mexico, specifically southern and western side of Mexico, you got to watch out, because what we call the spiral rain bands, those are those rain bands that are basically focused around that center of circulation. So right here, going to provide parts of western Mexico with up to 2 to 4 inches of rain, generally speaking. But much like the National Hurricane Center in the United States, Mexico has their monitoring service, and they're suggesting that some spots could pick up as much as 6 inches of rain. And keep in mind that if you've ever been to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, if you've ever been to parts of western Mexico, it's super hilly here. There's a lot of mountains here. So that 2 to 4 inches of rain, isolated 6 inches of rain, funnels down the mountains. It funnels into the creeks, rivers, and streams, and it unfortunately leads to not just flooding in those areas, but because it occurs on mountain sides, we could be talking about landslides, mudslides, and rock slides. Not to mention, as we set our future cast into motion here for you, the waves action that you'll see from Acapulco, Mexico, all the way through PV. This is where Puerto Vallarta is, by the way. The waves in the rip currents and that what we call undertow is going to be strong, not just through the night, this evening, but through your day on Saturday, through the early day on Sunday. And what we're anticipating is by Sunday, mid-afternoonish, most of that energy then begins to move out into the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And we'll, at that point, kind of say sayonara to Dalila at that point. But before we get there, though, again, current winds at 40 miles per hour. Notice that strengthening through tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, up to 50, if not 60 mile per hour winds. At this point, that would put that at a high-end tropical storm. Not quite a hurricane, but not terribly far from it, though, either. Good news is, by the time we get to second half of the weekend, this is Father's Day on Sunday, note that by the time we get into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, this is well off into the ocean. There are a couple of little islands here. I was actually looking at these islands earlier. These islands are where people like to go scuba diving. They like to go ahead and take boats out this way and do what's called deep sea diving. It's not an island that's populated with people. So again, no major impacts to land from Dalila. That is the good news. But again, just to reiterate, we, as of the 2 o'clock advisory here on your Friday, this is Eastern time, now have Tropical Storm Dalila. You can see where those tropical storm watches and warnings have been issued, just meaning that tropical storm-like conditions are going to be expected in spots. Rain, wind, and of course, really rough surf is going to be, I think, hallmarks from Dalila.